In a survey done recently by Robert Half, 72% of HR managers around the country would like to see the day after the Super Bowl made into a national holiday, as those managers confirm that quite a few of their employees will call in sick and miss work on that day. For those thinking about doing that, here's a piece of advice. The best ability at work is availability. Just a thought. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, go to 971theticket.com.
What are you, the moral police?
Doug Karsch.
Good luck with keeping yourself contained.
For a Friday.
And Scott the Gator Anderson.
Today is a Friday.
On 97.1, The Ticket.
Friday.
Nobody wants to hear that crap, Ortiz.
It's not crap. Hold on. If I can get up and if I can watch the Super Bowl, get up the next day and go to work, so can everybody else. Give me a break.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
How much you going to drink during the game?
Probably none.
And there you go. And that ends the comparison.
Well, Doug, you don't need beer to have fun.
No, you don't, but most of America will.
I agree. But here's the thing.
You don't have to get out of hand. Just have a couple.
Right. You can. There's something called moderation.
All right,
don't eat too much. Don't
here's
drink
what I
too
want
much.
you to do.
Okay.
This is please, for the purposes of this show.
Sure. Why not?
When you're watching the Super Bowl Sunday night, you get hammered, man.
Okay.
You get sloshed. I want sloppy Tony Ortiz.
That's fine.
And you come in here Monday, you do updates, and you tell us how you feel.
That's fine. I will do that. I will do that.
You're not getting hammered.
Yes, I am.
Will you?
No,
Yeah, I'll get hammered.
No, you won't.
I'll go out right now and get some Coronas. You want something a little bit stronger than Corona?
No, Corona's fine.
Okay.
How many are you
Beers,
how many are you going to get?
Probably a 6 or an 8-pack.
All right. I was about to say
8-pack.
Wow. Where are you getting your beer from? Why don't you go get
The
12?
Ocho.
Why don't you go get 12?
There you go.
And let's say a little tequila.
Okay.
And really get after it.
I'll probably have a headache, but I'll be in here.
That's the point.
Why do you want to make him miserable?
No, he's because he got on his high horse. Like, you know, like Alex
What did he
Trebek,
say?
'cause he is. Well, here's a piece of advice.
Right.
The best ability is availability. He's scolding the audience for potentially calling in sick on Monday.
Yes. I've always thought it was ridiculous that people called in sick the day after the Super Bowl. Always have.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
Thank you.
You got to know
This
your
surprises
limits
me.
or
This
pay the
surpri-
consequences and
surprises-
deal with it.
Yeah, and the consequences are I'm sick. I can't make it to
No, you
work.
don't do that. You come in hungover and you've got the story to tell everybody. I'm hanging so tough today, man. Oh my God. I had I don't know, it was at least a dozen Miller Lights last night, and I must have had 3 pounds of that buffalo chicken dip. And then somebody showed up with White Castles, and oh God, I'm in pain. I got to tell you, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I mean, I'm here, but I might spend the majority of the next 6 hours in the men's room. It's a badge of honor, right? Where you going, Bill? Got to go back to the crapper, man.
Have I ever done a show hungover? Yes.
Yes.
Have I ever done a show hungover? Have I done lots of shows hungover? Yeah, probably.
I don't know about lots, but I certainly remember
lots.
a couple.
Wow. Things
There
you
was
learn
one
about your
famous- there
coworkers.
was
Doug
one
did a
famous
show
in Traverse
where
City.
he pulled the planter next to him a little closer,
Oh, man.
just in case.
That was a bad day. It was a really, really
Oh, you
bad
did
day.
not look good. You did not look good.
As bad as I looked, that was a Traverse City show. We were up there for Red Wings training camp. In the middle of our show, one of our guys in the sales department came walking in at like 10:30, just getting back from the night before.
Yeah.
Give him credit. Yeah.
Still wearing the same clothes the night before. What's up, man?
That's never
Hey,
good.
buddy. What are you doing? Going to bed. All right. Good night for you. Meanwhile, Doug is eyeballing the soil in the planter and thinking, all right, listen, the vomit will end up soaking into the soil, right? It's not going to be
This is
terrible.
actually good for plants, right? All right, Ortiz, take your high horse, moral high horse, and ride out of here.
I'm gone.
okay?
Have a great weekend, guys.
Actually, you know what, Doug? That planter show may have been the same day that we had the what from Tony Ortiz. Was it around that same time?
Oh, that's a hell of a memory if that's true.
I thought there was a Curtis Granderson thing at that point.
It
What?
was Larry Foote suggesting that the Tigers trade Curtis Granderson.
It was either that or there's another story. I remember when we were up at Traverse City.
I can think of a few.
Well, right, but I'm saying we talked about the caramel colored multi-poo that Jessica Simpson had that was eaten by a coyote.
Yes, she had a dog. It was a caramel-colored Maltese-poo.
Right, which I don't know if I've ever laughed harder on the air than at that moment.
Do you remember how we got up for the show that day?
Me waking you up?
It was my phone rang. It was my wife.
Yeah, I was up and ready to go. And
you're not awake yet?
Yeah.
What time is it? It's like 9:30. Oh, crap. We're on the air in half an hour.
Remember I brought you the some Advil and a glass of water or a glass of juice? I was there for you.
Wasn't my best day.
But the other one was Jim Schwartz singing because the Lions played the day before, and Jim Schwartz was singing Night Train by Guns N' Roses.
We got in trouble for that.
We got in trouble for that because we played it.
He was singing at the podium before they went live, and we played the singing.
Or he was out in the hallway. I think he was doing the interview with Brandstetter out in the hallway.
Yeah, they weren't too happy with us.
So lots of great memories of you being hungover.
Was that all that day?
Listen, it was all while we were on a trip.
Well, we went on a excursion, not a trip, but I guess it was a trip of sorts, to the LCA last night. Why did I even try and segue that? We were at the LCA for Blake Griffin's debut. And, I mean, go figure. He's really good. And the Pistons have something they haven't had in a long time. And that's a guy who gets the superstar treatment because he got to the line. He always has, and he will continue to get to the line. There were some superstar calls. Blake Griffin just put his head down like he's going to try and lead the league in rushing, go to the basket, and he gets to go to the free throw line. And we'll take it, man. We will take it. And, we asked the question earlier, what would it take to deem this trade a success? And we can talk about it, about what specifically you're talking about, but in some ways it's already a success because this team is immensely more interesting than it was. Because now, we took text and tweets and phone calls. Did anyone watch their first Piston game last night or watch a Piston game in its entirety last night? 248-539-9797. Did you sit down and watch from beginning to end? The bad part about it is they struggled to beat a bad Memphis team.
Well, as did Indiana the night before.
Yes. But what was clear is when the Pistons starters were on the floor, which were Andre Drummond, Blake Griffin, Reggie Bullock, Ish Smith, and Stanley Johnson. When those guys were on the floor, the Pistons were, I thought, pretty clearly the better team. It's when they went to the bench that they had problems. And they've got 9 of 12 games in February at home, by the way. This is a chance to move up and, 6 seed or higher. If you're not in this 8 seed or 7 seed, I'd give them a chance to get out of a first-round series. But, because I don't think any of those teams outside of the top 2 are unbeatable. Because really, Cleveland, I expect Cleveland to come out of the funk, but there's a chance that they won't. Anyway, the point being, anybody watch their first Piston game last night? And anybody watch the first Piston game in its entirety last night? And what do you think of Blake Griffin? 248-539-9797. We got open lines. Gator's going to play along with the Jeopardy contestants that failed miserably last night. And you can decide if for yourself if Trebek was his typical pompous self, as you like to say, or was he actually kind of funny?